Mr. Chairman, thank you very much, and thanks to the witnesses for their good testimony and their great work. I'm going to deviate from what I'm supposed to do in terms of asking questions and instead try and address the chair's question, which all of you really referred to, and that is the likelihood of lower income families actually being able to get a college degree. In the United States today, if a young person goes to a university or college when their family has a household income in the top quartile of America, they are 10 times more likely to graduate with a college degree than a student from a family in the lowest quartile. And there's an example in Georgia that I want to use to just throw out to submit for the record, if I can, Mr. Chairman. Georgia State University is a large urban university in downtown Atlanta with 32,000 full-time students. In the last 10 years, they've gone from some of the poorest performing graduation rates among Latinos and African Americans to where today they grant more bachelor's degrees to African Americans than any university or college not-for-profit in the United States of America. Latino students have gone in 10 years from a graduation rate of 22% to one of 66%. African Americans have gone from 29% to 57%, and African American males, which was one of the bigger problems that we've experienced, was gone from 18% to 59%. And they did it with a program they called the GPS Advisor System and Panther Grants. GPS Advisor System is a system where when the student enrolls, they're given a password into the GPS Advisor System, which has 10 years of collective data, 2.5 million grades and programs, and the likelihood predictability of students' ability based on their qualification to perform and achieve in each one of the courses that they're registered for. So they can actually do some comparative analysis of what they're trying to do using the computer. All the students have access to it, but it's most helpful to those students who are most at risk not to graduate. And what has happened has been pretty remarkable. The access to the GPS system has generated 34,000 individual meetings in 1 year and saved students an average of 3 credit hours and $4 million in savings for additional time they have to stay at the university in order to graduate. The second thing they've done is they've raised an endowment to create something called Panther Grants. One of the biggest difficulties for low-income students is they run just short of having enough money to register for a semester, so they don't register, they drop out and they get a part-time job and they never come back. Georgia State raised the money to create a program called Panther Grants where you can qualify for grants in the $300 to $1,000 range to be that just a little bit of money that can take you from your loans, from your family income, and from your grants and give you enough money to stay in school. The results of that have been that 70% of seniors who received funding graduated within 2 semesters of receiving the grant. So these are the students that almost make it and drop out because at the last minute they're a little bit short in income. So I'd like to submit for the record the details of these programs because I think Georgia State University has done a remarkable job doing that. Their student population, by the way, that 32,000 students, is 61% non-white. So they are a majority-minority university that has done a great job of addressing the disparity in terms of income and giving students an access to a quality education, and I'm very proud to brag about them. And thank you for your testimony and your work.